This is the OWL Podcast, Our World Legitimized. We are discussing
too much school, too little sleep.
A heavy load versus a healthy load.
And the value of an Overlake education.
87% of Overlake students get less than the recommended 8 hours of sleep per day. 87%. 8 hours, that's not even that much. Copious amounts of homework, tiring extracurricular activities. These are just some of the pressures Overlake students face on the daily. Stress and academic pressures at Overlake share similar qualities to the ideas of gravity. We are constantly weighed down figuratively and literally by our books and our studies. Most of you have at some point faced times of great stress, whether it be for completing an exam, giving that inspiring speech for Army's Class A, or delivering the game-winning shot. Although the pressures of academic performance are seen as positive by some, they are in fact detrimental to the overall health of students. But where do these pressures stem from? How could they be solved? We welcome you to join us as we explore how an Overlake student may finally be able to achieve the 8 hours of sleep we so deserve.
Is that what we're gonna talk about? Are we gonna talk about a solution?
That was our intro. Let's talk about some solutions, guys.
We don't have solutions. We only have
solutions.
We only have to raise awareness. What's the solution?
Let's raise awareness right now, and then we're gonna talk about a couple solutions that we think may be possible.
Okay.
We then went around campus to get first-hand accounts of how many hours of sleep students got. And here are some of those interviews.
How many hours of sleep do you usually get?
This year, being a junior, probably about 5 to 6 on average. Sometimes it's down to 3 or 2. Sometimes it's up to 9 or 10.
Like 6.5.
I usually get 8 hours of sleep.
I get 7 hours of sleep.
8.
8.
7.5 to 8.
7.5 to 8. Okay.
I get about 6 hours of sleep each night.
All right. What time do you usually get home?
7.
6:45.
So I normally get home at 7 after volleyball practice, and I start my homework at around 7:30 or 8.
I get home at 6:30.
Some days I'll get home at like 5. Other days I'll get home at like 8:30, 9 sometimes. So it really kind of depends on the day of the week.
Typically, if I have a practice or a game that I'm going to go to, I'll get home around 7 or 8. And then my family expects me to come have family dinner, and that can go until 9 or 10.
And so what time do you usually end up starting your homework?
9.
7:30-ish.
So I usually rest a little bit before I start my homework, and I start at around 7 to 7:15.
It can vary, especially if I don't have any practices. I can start earlier, but then I always take a break to be with my family. So really getting down to the meat of my homework usually starts around 9:30 or 10.
And do you feel a lot of pressure in your daily school life, whether it be from teachers, parents?
For performance, probably my teacher, or not my teachers, my parents.